Hi guys, I'm going to work out this warm up for you. I'm going to work a little fast through all 4 questions. You pause and re-listen to anything you need to. Just remember, these are the 4 topics that we have been working for our test, and you'll do great. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I have the templates kind of set up right here. I'm going to plug in X, and then this is just the equation. So 4 times 0 is 0, minus Y equals 20. Well, I know that minus 0 is not going to change anything. So I'm left with negative Y equals 20. So be careful here because I don't want the value of negative Y. I want the value of positive Y. So divide by -1 and -1 on both sides. I'm left with negative 20. And my value or my ordered pair here is where X is 0, Y is negative 20. Okay. For this next one, I'm going to set up, we're plugging in -4 for Y right here. Now be careful. This is minus a negative. So I'm going to rewrite this to be 4X plus 4 equals 20. Then I'm going to go to my solving steps. -4 and -4 will cancel. And I'll be left with 4X equals 20 minus 4 is 16. Well, that's easy math. Divide by 4 on both sides. And I am left with X being a positive 4 and my ordered pair being 4 and -4. Okay, so I have 2 ordered pairs that fall in this line so far. And our last one is plugging in 6 in the place of X. 4 times 6 is 24 minus Y equals 20. Minus 24 and minus 24. I'm left with negative Y equals 20 minus 24 is -4. And when I divide by 1 on both sides, I'm left with positive 4. So this last ordered pair is where X is 6, Y is 4. Okay, so you'll be able to practice this on your test. Those are the 3 ordered pairs that go on that line. Okay, you need to pause, do that. I'm going to move on to the next one. So I have the template set up, and they're asking me for if this X and Y right here make this equation true. So I'm going to plug in -3 and -1. Now, you can work this out below and do great, but remember that your calculator can do this for you, all right? I can plug in 2, open parentheses, -3, close parentheses, plus 4, open parentheses, -1. And if I get -8, it is a solution. And if I don't get -8, well, then it's not a solution. I got -10. So that means this value is -10, and that does not equal -8. So this is not a solution. All right. Right here, I have where I'm doing Y divided by X. 64 divided by 8 is 8. -16 divided by -2 is 8. And 56 divided by 7 is 8. So I have my first point right here. Notice how I broke down my 3 points. I have my constant rate from the table. I'm going to get my constant rate from the equation. And I'm going to answer which one is steeper, like we've been doing the last few days. Remember, steeper is referring to the graph, and it's just asking which one is larger. Well, we love when we get equations because we know that that K is just going to be 3. Notice it also said to write an equation. Well, I don't need to do that for this one, but I can say that Y would equal 8. And it's so much easier to compare when they're both right side by side in equation form. And of course, my steeper one is going to be the one with the larger unit rate. So the steeper line is my Y equals 8X line. That one has a larger unit rate, so it's going to make a steeper line. And lastly, undefined slope and zero slope. Remember, undefined is when we have those red flags. We know that something is wrong and it's never touching that y-axis, right? So that undefined vertical line is that red flag. It's not touching the y-axis. It has 0 as a denominator. That's a big problem. And it is not going to cross that y-axis and not earn the name true slope. But what we have here is that horizontal line, which is 0 slope, and laying with 0 energy flat in our bed. And that is our, make that a little bit flatter, our 0 slope line. All right. You may flip this over and use the back of this paper as your scratch work for your test. I know you're going to do great. Feel free to flip over and refer to these 4 problems as needed. And I can't wait to see you make an A. Good job.